What's up, BodyBags? Today we're going to be reviewing an actual documentary. It's going to be a little bit different. This documentary is called Snuff, a documentary about killing on camera. Check out my review.
BodyBags, where horror lies.
What is up, BodyBags? This is Kyle coming back to you with another Tuesday review. Today I decided to do something a little different. I had a stack of Wild Eye releasing movies that I really been lazy about reviewing, and this one I actually have enjoyed the most out of all of them that I've watched. I watched almost all of them already, I just haven't reviewed them. So I thought I'd throw a review up here for you guys to check this one out. This is actually not a movie per se, it's a documentary, but I thought I'd talk a little bit about it, let you guys kind of know, what it's about. It's really kind of simple and to the point of what the movie's about or what the documentary's about. This is a 2008, it's kind of old, 2008 documentary called Snuff, a documentary about killing on camera. If you guys are familiar with what a snuff movie is, I'm pretty sure probably most of you are. It's basically a so-called movie that where a person would pretty much get raped and then killed, or basically a killing on camera that involves some kind of sexual, either torture or something sexual that happens. There's a lot of different definitions for it, but that's pretty much from this movie what I got of what it meant. And this movie has a lot of people that talk about it, and they kind of discuss whether or not they believe a snuff film is real. Like I said, this is a documentary / horror movie. It could be considered horror. It has a ton of horror elements in it. Elements that people wouldn't necessarily want to hear or see in real life. This is directed by Paul von Stetzel. I couldn't find any other movies he's done. I guess he's just a documentarian. Pretty much, it's a feature film examining the existence of films in which people are murdered on camera. Basically what this documentary is, it is kind of a long documentary, I want to say, 76 minutes. This movie was actually made in 2008, but it was released in 2015 by Wild Eye, so it does say 2015 on the back, but it was filmed in 2008. It's 76 minutes, so it's about an hour, 20 minutes long, somewhere in there. Basically, they interview FBI profilers, cultural academic people, and film historians about what they believe a snuff movie is. There's a lot of people, like the FBI does not believe that snuff films exist. They said there's no evidence of any. I think that, and I'm glad that I'm doing this, I do from a lot of the things I've seen nowadays, I think that from 2008 until now, maybe these people have changed their opinions, because there have been things that I've seen. There's serial killers and things out there. Prime example right here, Peter Scully. If you guys are familiar with him, he was in a big pedophile ring that was going on around, I want to say around the world sometime. You can find the documentary on him on YouTube. Just type in Peter Scully. It's like a 60 minutes documentary on him from Australia. He's an Australian pedophile that traveled to like Malaysia, ended up getting all these kids involved in like basically a sex ring, and he ended up making them dig their own graves and killed them on camera and buried them. So I think that maybe the perception of this maybe has changed since 2008, because some of this stuff is true now. I mean, FBI can't really say that doesn't exist when they're openly saying now that somebody like Peter Scully has released videos like this on the deep web and things of that nature. So like I said, they interview these people. There's a lot of background to what a snuff movie could be. They talk about it, kind of in detail of what people, what the certain people that they're interviewing think that it could mean. The main reason I really enjoyed this movie is it does bring up a lot of cinema stuff, like older cinema stuff, like Cannibal Holocaust. They show scenes from Cannibal Holocaust, Cannibal Ferox, a lot of the older films in which they were fake pseudo snuff movies, I guess you could say. There's a ton of pseudo snuff movies out there. You got the August Underground movies. You got Cannibal Holocaust, which can be considered kind of a pseudo snuff movie. You got Niku Daruma, which is a old school Japanese pseudo snuff movie. Tumbling Doll of Flesh is what they call it in America. There's a lot of references to these movies to kind of give the person that's watching this documentary an idea of what they're watching, of what they're hearing, what a snuff movie is. The one thing, and there's really not much more there's not really much more to say about this. I mean, it's pretty much just a documentary on that. There's a lot of cool references in this movie to a lot of older, old school cinema that I really enjoy. Cannibal Holocaust being one of my favorite movies of all time. I just thought that was really cool. They talk about how Ruggero Deodato, the director of Cannibal Holocaust, got put in jail because they thought these people were dead because he hid them or had them kind of go under the radar. Also, there's a really cool story at the end of this movie, and the legitimacy of this story, I don't know. But one of the people they interview, he's like he's not a director. He's like a scout for directors or scout for for his company to bring in movies. He was talking about how he went into a room. He was, basically summoned to a room. He got an email stating, "Hey, I have something that you would really want to see." He goes out and meets this guy, and this guy shows him a snuff movie and was like, "Would you be interested in distributing this?" I think he might be like a distributor for like a porno company or something. I can't remember. I haven't seen this movie in I'm gonna say a couple months. I've actually watched this movie 3 times, but the last time I saw it was a couple months ago. I've had this movie sitting around for a while. He was kind of describing in detail what he saw in that film. I would highly recommend checking this out. This is one of the most interesting documentaries I've ever seen. Very, very cool, very, very detailed. If you go on IMDb, there's a couple of people saying they think that this is faked, that these actors were paid to say this stuff. I don't really think so. It just doesn't seem like that. This seems pretty legit, and I really enjoyed it. This is, like I said, one of my favorite documentaries I've ever watched. I would definitely rate this probably an 8.5, 9 out of 10. It's very interesting if you're into like some weird stuff like this, and I recommend checking it out. So let me know if you guys have seen it. I know it's been around for a while. I'm sure some of you guys may have seen it. Let me know if you liked it or what your thoughts are on it. Check out other reviews over here on BodyBags. I review every Tuesday, so I'll be back next Tuesday with another review. And until next time, guys, peace. See ya.